saying biodiversity and its conservation. Biodiversity means the variety of the living organisms, right? The diversification in the living organisms, the organisms that which are found in huge count, in huge number, and but because they are becoming extinct or endangered because of our human activities, है ना? अगर हम कहें ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज कुछ ऐसी हो गई हैं या डेली क्लाइमेटिक चेंजेस ऐसी हो रही हैं, इन्वायरमेंटल कंडीशंस ऐसी बन रही हैं जिस वजह से ये बायोडाइवर्सिटी को कुछ हार्म्स, कुछ लॉसेस हो रहे हैं. तो ये बायोडाइवर्सिटी प्लस उसके लॉस क्यों हो रहे हैं, हाउ इट इज बिकमिंग इनटू द लॉस और गोइंग इनटू द एक्सटिंक्ट कैटेगरीज और endangered categories, what basic factors are for its extinctions or coming in the less numbers, and how can we conserve them. So this is the chapter all about this biodiversity and its conservation. We have to conserve the losses, we have to prevent the losses of the biodiversity, and we have to make the more use of the biodiversity. That is, the biodiversity should not be lost at any cost. It should be all living as the nature has given it to us for it as its gift to the humankind, to the mankind, right? So that is in this chapter of biodiversity and its conservation. Biodiversity as a whole आप 11th में पढ़ चुके हो. What are the various varieties and what are the various you can say different of the diversity which is available at all the kingdoms levels, at all the species level, genera levels. So this biodiversity is also, you can say, studied at the 3 of the different most important of the levels. What are the levels at which the biodiversity need to be studied further? It is not for the characteristics, beta. This biodiversity as in the form of the characteristics, we are not going to study it now here in this chapter. It is only the diversification of the genes. Number 1, the diversity can be seen at the genetic level. This is, I'm saying, we are not to learn the diversity's characters as we did in the 11th class. हमने 11th में पढ़ा था ना. There are various of the kingdoms, 5 kingdoms are there, and every kingdom is subdivided into the various groups and subgroups, all having their specific, unique and common features. तो ये सारी चीजें feature wise हमने वहां पढ़ ली हैं. अब हमने यहाँ पे सिर्फ ये पढ़ना है कि what factors are leading to its extinctions or their less count and how to conserve it. Okay, for that we must know that at what levels the biodiversity is shown. That is, the living organisms, they show their diversification. At what levels? Number 1 is at the level of the genes. The gene count, genetic diversity, gene count. जब हम gene count की बात करते हैं, तो there are numerous of the genes which are available for particular organisms. Gene pool की अगर हम बात करें, तो gene pool में कितने सारे genes available होते हैं, which provides a different of the characteristics, thereby making the organisms diversified. है ना, ऐसे ही होता ना, organism diversify हो जाते हैं based upon the different characteristics, and the characteristics are all provided by the genes. So this is the first diversity that is seen at the genetic level. The second one is seen at the level of the species. Now because the species have been made, this is the hierarchy में lowest 7th level of the taxonomical hierarchy, and that is the species. So species also shows the diversification. As for a common genera, there are a number of the species. We have studied that for the Solanum example. In 11th, Solanum, that has Tuberosum, Melanogenera, Lycopersicon, Nigrum. Genera is 1, species are numbered. So that is, they are also showing the diversification at the level of the species. Okay? Even you see the rose plant. Rose plant is having the numerous count of its species. Same is with the mango plant. Mango plant has number of the species for it. है ना, है तो वो mango है, लेकिन species उसकी diversified है, species बहुत ज़्यादा. So diversity that also varies with the species. That is, the diversity can also be studied at the species level. Diversity can be studied at the gene level. Similarly, the diversity can be seen at or studied at the ecological level. That is, at the level of its interactions with the other organisms, where it is found. What is the natural resource in which it is located, it is found. Okay, so that is the ecological diversity. As you all know that India has a good number of the landforms also. India has quite a good diversity in the landforms. Landforms like there in India we can see the mountains, plains, plateaus. Then there are what do you say, जो deserts हैं, deserts available हैं, ठीक है, और aquatic ecosystems भी हैं हमारे पास, ठीक है. सो दैट इज इन दिस पर्टिकुलर इंडिया की अगर हम बात करें सिर्फ, तो इंडिया में ही इकोलॉजिकल इन्वायरमेंट जो है यानी लैंड फॉर्म्स जो हैं वो बहुत सारी तरह की हैं. जब लैंड फॉर्म्स इतनी तरह की हैं, माउंटेन्स हैं, पीक्स हैं, ये सब चीजें हैं, तो जब लैंड फॉर्म्स इतनी सारी तरह की हैं तो ऑब्वियसली डाइवर्सिटी भी तो उतनी ही सारी तरह की मिलेगी हमें. डाइवर्सिटी भी तो उतने सारी तरह के प्लांट्स मिलेंगे ना. अगर वी आर हैविंग जस्ट इंडिया लेट्स से मेड अप ऑफ ओनली द प्लेन्स, नो माउंटेन्स, नो ओशंस, नो नथिंग लाइक दैट, है ना, तो सिर्फ प्लेन्स में सिर्फ प्लेन्स वाली वेराइटीज मिलेंगी. जब लैंड फॉर्म्स ही ज्यादा हैं तो हर तरह का प्लांट जो है, हर तरह के लैंड फॉर्म वाला प्लांट जो है वो अवेलेबल होगा. एंड दैट ऑल्सो अगेन काउंट्स फॉर द डाइवर्सिटी विच इज स्टडीड इकोलॉजिकली. ठीक है. सो दिस इज इकोलॉजिकल डाइवर्सिटी that is at the level of the ecosystem. So these are the different ecosystems at the level of which the diversity of the you can say different organisms that is studied, right? Now coming to the various counts of these organisms, अगर हम counts की बात करें तो we cannot count these organisms as such. Why can't we count the organisms? We can just give an approximate value for this. हम लोग सिर्फ approximate value दे सकते हैं. It is approximately in millions or in billions, something like that. ठीक है. Why we can't say it is 1.5 million? Why we can't say that? Still growing word साथ में use कर दिया जाता है, यहाँ approximate term use कर दिया जाता है. The count is not fixed. That is because of the changing environment every now and then. The environment is being changed. The organisms are being changed. The genes are being changed. They are getting adapted. They are getting modified for according to their environmental changes. So are the new species which are being formed every time. And by the time you finish your counting, there are several more of the species which have been made. ठीक है. So इसीलिए यहाँ पे counting जो है approximate counting can be provided, but not a fixed you can say quantity can be given that for the diversity, for the biodiversity. Or we can study it in relation to the other living organisms of the same habitat. हम इसको किसी दूसरे हैबिटेट, सेम हैबिटेट में, लेट्स से अगर एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट है तो उसमें हम काउंट कर सकते हैं दैट द स्मॉलर फिशेस आर दीज मेनी इन परसेंट. दे आर लेट्स से 20% ऑफ द एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट आर द स्मॉलर फिशेस and these 30% of they are made by the larger fishes and the 50% of it is all made by the corals and all those which are seen, or the diatoms and everything which are seen on the seabeds. ऐसा कुछ है ना, approximate I'm saying. So this is how we can correlate. We can always give the data in the form of a correlation or in the form of the percentage values, but not the exact numbers. Okay, not the exact numbers. We can't provide the exact numbers. So this number also varies because of these diversity levels. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे अगर हमें इनका count बताना हो, as in your books you are having the 3 of the pie charts. 3 pie charts आपकी बुक में दिए हैं, and all those 3 are very very important. One is from the invertebrates, another is from the vertebrates, and the third one is from the fishes. ठीक है. So अगर हम इसमें pie charts पे questions create करें, how you will get? Let's say I'm making this pie chart for the vertebrates. So this is for all the vertebrate organisms, and vertebrates, they are 5 in number. That is the fishes, mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians. So half of the population approximately from the vertebrates, that is all made up of, that all comprises of fishes. Okay, half of the population is that of fishes. Then comes in approximate equal quantity comes the birds and the reptiles. ठीक है. So approximate equal quantity के लिए हम इसका थोड़ा सा ज्यादा in comparison to the mammals or the amphibians, these are birds and reptiles. Approximate equal, and are approximately equal the other but lesser than birds and the reptiles, they are mammals, and the left are the amphibians. So यहाँ पे amphibians. ठीक है. So what is this? This is the approximate. I'm using the word again and again. So this is the relationship. ठीक है. Vertebrates में अगर हम बात करें, so half of the population of the vertebrates, that is the fishes, right? Then less than half, that is but more than the mammals and the amphibians, are the birds and the reptiles. We can correlate it in this manner. ठीक है. आपके बेटा जो questions आने हैं for term 2, because this is a chapter of term 2, not of 1, right? तो यहाँ पे से हर तरह के क्वेश्चंस जो है वो फ्रेम होने हैं, ऑल सब्जेक्टिव, ऑब्जेक्टिव, then your assertion reasons, every kind of the questions will be framed from here. ठीक है, whatever the pattern was there for the last year's board exams, जो मतलब अभी होने थे, वही वाला same pattern में it is going to be taking place for you people in term 2, right? So what kind of a question do we get from here? We get to have a question like in the form of the ABC. आपको कोई भी blank छोड़ दिया जाएगा खाली और बोलते हैं to fill in the blank here, right? Similarly, you have the pie charts that of the fishes, for the plants as well as for the invertebrates. ठीक है, ऐसे ही ये pie charts बना के आपको correlation बोला जाएगा. What is the count of the birds with respect to the mammals and the fishes? How will you answer this? What is the count of the birds amongst the vertebrates? The birds, they are less than fishes as they occupy nearly half of the population of the vertebrates, as they make nearly half of the population of the vertebrates. Fishes are less than, birds are less than the fishes, but more than the mammals, right? That approximately makes कितना होगा? Approximately it is making like 25 to 30% only, है ना? Of the left 50% का, बाकी जो 50% बचा, उसमें से 30% सिर्फ ये दे रहा है, 25 or 30% you can say. ठीक है? So that is the mammals, right? So you are correlating. इस तरह से क्वेश्चन आपको पूछे जाएंगे. यहाँ you can have it in the form of an MCQ. Which of the following occupies the 50% population of the vertebrates? ऐसा. ठीक है? So ये pie charts, but तीनों बहुत important हैं. You just make double triple stars on these because your questions are definitely going to come from these pie charts. For your boards, your questions will definitely be going to come from these pie charts, right? So every time we are saying that there are these many percent of the, सबसे पहले तो अगर हमें अर्थ के बारे में बताना हो, आप लोग जूनियर क्लासेस से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, 70% of the earth is covered with water, left is 30%, है ना? तो 30% of it जो लैंड अवेलेबल है, उसमें से इंडिया का कितना परसेंट है? इंडिया में बायोडाइवर्सिटी नेशंस, मतलब जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी नेशन नहीं, जो एरियाज हैं, हॉटस्पॉट्स हैं, या जहाँ पे अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द प्लांट्स है, वो कितना लैंड कवर कर रही हैं इंडिया में, वहां पे कौन सी ऑर्गेनिज्म कितना परसेंट है, ये डाटा जो है वो कलेक्ट किया जाता है just to count for the biodiversity. Okay, count of biodiversity is made in such a manner. Clear? Now, which part of the whole world, that is पूरी अर्थ के ऊपर कौन सा पार्ट मैक्सिमम बायोडाइवर्सिटी शो करता है और कौन सा पार्ट लेस कंपैरेटिवली बायोडाइवर्सिटी शो करता है? दैट इज द पैटर्न्स ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी. पैटर्न्स जो है, मतलब कहने का क्या है, पैटर्न्स ऑफ बायोडाइवर्सिटी मींस कि what are the different criterias or what are the different, you can say, formats by which it is following the presence or absence of the biodiversity amongst a particular habitat. So this is patterns of biodiversity. So first is the latitudinal gradient. मतलब क्या कहने का कि जो latitudes, अब थोड़ा सा सोशल में जाना पड़ेगा आपको. You know there are longitudes and there are latitudes. ठीक है, longitudes, latitudes, the lines जो divide करती हैं, that are the lines like equator, that is for the latitudinal gradients. Okay, so this is making the latitudinal gradient. It is thought that on the equator, that is equator region में, there will be maximum of the availability of the hotspot, or you can say maximum availability of the plants, of the organisms, animals, biodiversity, okay, on the equator. Why? Why near the equator there is maximum availability of the biodiversity? It is because the sun rays falling on this are directly parallel. Because of the sun radiations that which are falling over this, they are directly parallel onto this equator. That is why there is maximum biodiversity which is found near the equator. But as you go away from the equator, as you go away towards the poles, these sun rays, they are falling in the form of a slanting rays. And so near the poles or on the poles, there will be, the diversity goes on decreasing. ठीक है, so ये हमारे पास polar regions हैं और यहाँ पे diversity जो है वो सबसे less होगी in comparison to the equator. Similarly, on the other hand, so on the poles, there is less availability of the biodiversity, but on the equator, there is more availability of the biodiversity. Why? That is because of the arrangement of Earth with respect to the sun in such a manner that the equator that receives the parallel lines of sun's radiations. ठीक है, so these are the latitudinal gradients that which counts for कि जो बायोडाइवर्सिटी है इक्वेटर पे अगर मैक्सिमम है, पोल्स में मिनिमम है, so as we go away from the equator to the poles, that keeps on decreasing. ठीक है, that keeps on decreasing. Clear? So that is the latitudinal gradient, right? Second is the species area relationship. For this you also have a practical activity. एक एक्टिविटी भी होती है हमारी. Second is species area relationship. एक प्रैक्टिकल एक्टिविटी है. इस एक्टिविटी को हमने करना कैसे है? दैट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द एरिया हाउ द स्पीशीज नंबर इज बीइंग इफेक्टेड. मतलब एरिया बढ़ता है तो स्पीशीज का जो काउंट है वो कम हो रहा है या बढ़ रहा है, ये हमने यहाँ पे चेकआउट करना है. हाउ वी डू इट, हाउ वी परफॉर्म दैट प्रैक्टिकल एक्टिविटी, दैट हैज बीन आई गेस डिलीटेड फ्रॉम योर practical part, but still you must be knowing that how to frame this species area relationship. I'm not sure, but might be it has been deleted. Okay, so what is there is, let's say this is some grassland or a particular area where there are plants. ठीक है, अब हमने क्या करना है, with the help of nails and thread हम क्या करते हैं, 1 मीटर स्क्वायर एक पूरा हमने स्क्वायर बनाना है. ठीक है, ऑफ द लेंथ एंड ब्रेड्थ दैट इज 1 मीटर 1 मीटर. ओके, सो स्क्वायर बना लिया हमने 1 मीटर स्क्वायर का. वी प्लेस द नेल्स ओवर हेयर, नेल्स कील लगा दिए, कील इस तरह से फिक्स कर दिए जाते हैं सारे इन पार्ट्स पे. ठीक है, कहीं पे भी लगा सकते हो. आई एम मेकिंग इट इन द कॉर्नर डजंट मीन कि कॉर्नर से स्टार्ट करना है, सेंटर में कहीं पे भी जस्ट 1 बाय 1 का आपने एक स्क्वायर बना देना है. उसके बाद थ्रेड को रोल करके आपने यहाँ पे ऐसे थ्रेड रोल कर देना है ताकि ये चारों कॉर्नर जो है वो कवर हो जाए. ठीक है, चारों तरफ थ्रेड लगा दिया. Now within it you have to count the species. Let's say I'm just writing the alphabets. ठीक है, so I am having these species over here, 2A, 2B and 1C. ठीक है, coming to the next. अब इसको 1 by 1 से हमने 2 by 2 बना रही है. इसको 2 by 2 बना देंगे तो ये कुछ ऐसा बन जाएगा, बड़ा हो जाएगा. और यहाँ पे स्पीशीज क्या होंगी, बढ़ जाएंगी या कम हो जाएंगी? बढ़ जाएंगी ना. ए काउंट बढ़ गया, 4 हो गया, बी का 4 हो गया, सी का 3 हो गया. काउंट बढ़ रहा है, ऑब्वियसली काउंट बढ़ेगा. जैसे जैसे एरिया बढ़ता जाएगा काउंट ऑफ स्पीशीज जो है वो बढ़ता जाता है. एंड दिस इज व्हाट मेक्स द रिलेशन ऑफ द स्पीशी एंड एरिया दैट वाज फर्स्ट स्टडीड बाय एंटोन वॉन हम्बोल्ट. सबसे पहले इन्होंने ये स्टडी किया था. सबसे पहले इन्होंने स्टडी किया था and he gave this relationship that as the species is increasing, the sorry, not Anton Von, this is Alexander Von, sorry, it is Anton for the microscopes. This is Humboldt ने, Alexander von Humboldt, Humboldt ने ये डिजाइन किया था. सबसे पहले ऑब्जर्व किया था कि जैसे जैसे स्पीशीज बढ़ती, जैसे जैसे एरिया बढ़ता जाएगा वैसे वैसे स्पीशीज का काउंट जो है वो बढ़ता जाता है. एंड इट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली इक्वल, द कंसेप्ट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली द सेम फॉर मेनी ऑफ द हैबिटेट्स इवन. ठीक है, सो बहुत सारे हैबिटेट्स में ये सेम अप्रोक्सीमेट हमारा रहता है. दैट इज इफ द स्पीशीज इज इंक्रीजिंग देन देयर इज ऑल्सो द इंक्रीज ऑफ द area, and if the area is increasing then obviously there is a increase of the species. ठीक है, अब इसको अगर हम ग्राफिकली प्लॉट करें, if we see this species area relationship in the form of a graph, sorry, graph is going a bit, okay, so this is the graph in which we will be placing the species richness on the y-intercept. How many species, what is the count of the species on the y-axis, and the area that is taken on the x-axis. Okay, and if we plot a graph then this is the log scale. अगर हम इसको logarithmic scale पे बनाएं, इसकी जो values लें logarithmic scale पे लेते हैं, then it comes out to be a straight slope. This is a slope of regression. जो इसका slope है वो पूरा सीधा बनेगा. And what is the log scale here? This is called as a log scale. And what is the equation which is used. No numericals will be coming for this. Numericals नहीं आने हैं बेटा आपको यहाँ पे से, लेकिन आपको ये सिर्फ पूछा जाता है कि ये किसने बनाया, ग्राफ कैसा बनता है, ठीक है, और क्या रिलेशन से आप मतलब आइडेंटिफाई क्या कर सकते हो यहाँ पे, तो ये चीजें सिर्फ हमारे सामने आएंगी. दैट इज द लॉग ऑफ द स्पीशी काउंट. लॉग ऑफ द स्पीशी, लॉग आप लोग मैथ्स में शायद पढ़ते होगे, कहीं पे आपने लिया होगा. So this is log of species count, that is equal to the log of C. C is the y-intercept. This is the y-intercept plus Z log A. A is area. What is Z here? Z is the slope of regression. That is the line of regression or the regression coefficient, right? So this is A is the area over here and this S is the species over here. विदाउट द लॉग अगर इस पूरी इक्वेशन को फ्रेम किया जाए, इट रिजल्ट्स इनटू अ हाइपरबोला टाइप ऑफ द ग्राफ. ठीक है, हाइपरबोला बनेगा. एंड व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन फॉर दिस ग्राफ? इट इज s इज इक्वल टू ca पावर z. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट 2, इट इज z. यहाँ पे बच्चे 2 लिख देते हैं, स्क्वायर लिख देते हैं, इट इज z. एंड व्हेन यू ओपन इट आउट इन द लॉग फॉर्म, इट कम्स आउट टू बी दिस. ठीक है, दैट इज log s इज इक्वल टू log c प्लस z log a. Clear? What is C here? You can write this. C here stands for y-intercept and the value of the log of regression, so line of regression, that is Z. Right? Species is S and what is A? That is area. Clear? So here, from this again, there have been the questions in your boards many a time. What are the questions? Number one, who found out or who studied first of all the species area relationship? It is very important. The name is very important. Secondly, you get to have this in the form of the graph is in the form of A and B. Right? Identify A and B. When it is hyperbola, when the logarithmic values are not taken, the values are taken in the simplified forms. Right? Simple numerical values. When if it is taken on the log scale, then the values are leading to the formation of a straight line. Clear? He also found out the values that if Z की जो values हैं, ये Z की values का उसने हमारे को कुछ एक conclusion provide किया था Humboldt ने. इन्होंने बोला, Humboldt ने या बाकी जो बहुत सारे ecologist लोग आए, उन्होंने बोला कि अगर तो area बहुत छोटा है, मतलब it leads to a smaller sized area, small area like just a part of your habitat, you can say. ठीक है, छोटा सा area है. So the value of Z lies somewhere between 0.1 to 0.2. Okay, the values for this ranges between 0.1 to 0.2, right? If the area becomes a bit larger, जैसे अगर आप बड़ा area लेते हो, पूरा continent लेते हो, तो maximum it is going to range between 0.6 to 1.2. ठीक है, ये इन्होंने values दी हैं. This is for some larger area, this is for some smaller area, and for the frugivorous animals, यानी the fruit eating animals जो थे, frugivorous fruit eating जो animals हैं, उनके लिए इन्होंने एक पूरे ट्रॉपिक में जो वैल्यू दी, that was 1.15. He calculated out the value of Z, that is the slope of regression. He found out the value and he gave this value as for frugivorous organisms or the animals, and that was 1.15. ठीक है, so these are some of the values. Even ये question as such 3 marks में आ चुका है. 3 marks only for writing these 3 values. For smaller areas, for the whole continent, for the tropics, but only including the fruit eating animals. तो ये values आपकी सिर्फ question 3 नंबर में आ चुका है. बाकी ये पूरा का पूरा 3 नंबर में आ चुका है. Plot a graph, give the values, give the equation and what they stand for. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें आपको इसमें बहुत important है. You have to learn these, right? Further, what are the various factors of disturbing the biodiversity, that is loss to biodiversity, that we will be studying next. Anybody having any question?